Today we hold 40% of Gaza City. The operation will continue to expand and intensify in the coming days.
Israel announced that it now controls 40% of Gaza City, one of the most densely populated areas in the Strip. Officials say operations will only intensify in the coming days, raising fears of even more destruction, displacement, and loss of life.
Today, we hold 40% of Gaza City. The operation will continue to expand and intensify in the coming days. Hamas will face the Israeli army forces in their full force in Gaza City. We will increase the pressure on Hamas until it is destroyed. We will continue to pursue them everywhere.
Israeli military officials announced the killing of Haifa Kelot, better known as Abu Obaida, the longtime spokesman and chief of Hamas's military wing. Brigadier General Efi Defrin says Kelot was among the last surviving members of Hamas's original leadership, accused of helping orchestrate the October 7th attacks.
Last weekend, the IDF and Shin Bet, Secret Service, attacked and eliminated the spokesperson of the military wing and head of the propaganda apparatus of the Hamas terrorist organization, Haifa Kelot, who called himself Abu Obaida. Kelot was a senior terrorist and symbol in the Hamas terrorist organization, one of the last remaining leaders from the original leadership that led the brutal massacre on October 7th.
The military also released what it claims is a photograph recovered in Gaza, said it shows senior Hamas figures together, including Abu Obaida alongside Mohammed Daif, Rafa Salama and Mohammed Oda. Officials stressed that Oda, the group's intelligence chief, remains alive but vowed that he would too be targeted.
The head of military wing of Hamas, Mohammed Daif, Abu Obaida, Hamas spokesman, the head of Khan Yunis brigades, Rafa Salama, and the head of intelligence of the military wing, Mohammed Oda. On the screen, we can see a picture that was found in the Gaza Strip, and it is revealed now. In the picture is Abu Obaida, next to the head of military wing of Hamas, Mohammed Daif, the head of Khan Yunis brigades, Rafa Salama, and the head of intelligence of the military wing, Mohammed Oda, the only one still alive, and we will reach him too.
Israel says its objectives remains unchanged, dismantling Hamas, freeing the remaining hostages and blocking the group from regaining access in Gaza. But as Israeli tanks move deeper into Gaza, the civilian death toll is also growing. Palestinian health authorities say 53 people were killed on Thursday alone, most of them in Gaza City. Entire neighborhoods like Tufa, Sabra and Shazaya have been bombarded from land and air. Local rescue teams say families are being crushed in collapsing buildings, while tents and encampments set up by displaced people have been set on fire by incoming shellings.
We woke up to a strike and screaming. I felt as if it was raining on our tent. I turned on a flashlight and couldn't see the tent. I checked on my son, and I found him lying on his back with blood running down from his nose and bleeding from the back of his head. I started screaming, and my brother came and took him from me. Then I went back to check on my second, my daughter Noor, and found that she was drenched in blood from her head to her feet. My third child was lying here. She was saved by God. My fourth daughter was taken for treatment because she had a shrapnel in her chest.
Tens and thousands of civilians remain in the city. Some say they would rather die in their homes than risk displacement. Humanitarian groups warn that this could become the most dangerous displacement of the war, particularly for children already weakened by starvation and lack of medicine. Israel's current push in Gaza City began in early August. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described it as a part of a broader plan to defeat Hamas in its last strongholds. The war itself began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas launched a surprise attack on southern Israel, killing around 1,200 people and taking more than 250 hostages. Since then, Israel's military response has left much of Gaza in ruins. Palestinian officials say more than 63,000 people have been killed, the majority of them civilians. While Israel pushes deeper into Gaza, a new diplomatic front is opening. Several US allies, including Britain, France, Canada, Australia, and Belgium, have announced the plans to formally recognize Palestinian state at the upcoming United Nations General Assembly sessions. Supporters say recognition is long overdue and necessary to pressure Israel in halting settlements expansion and military operations in Gaza, but Washington is not on board. Speaking from Ecuador, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio reiterated that America has urged its partners not to proceed with the recognition.
Look, we told all these countries, we told them all. We said, if you guys do this recognition stuff, it's all fake, it's not even real. If you do it, you're going to create big problems. There's going to be a response from Israel. You're going to make it harder to get a ceasefire. And it may even trigger these sorts of actions that you've seen, or at least these attempts at these actions.
Rubio also declined to comment on Israeli debate over annexing parts of the West Bank, but insisted the matter is not final. Palestinian officials say recognition by major Western countries could be a turning point in the war. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis continues to worsen. Health authorities in Gaza report 370 people, including 131 children, have died of malnutrition in recent weeks. Aid groups say starvation is now spreading faster than international relief can keep up. Inside Israel, senior military figures are cautioning that without a clear political day-after strategy, the country could face an extended and a costly presence in Gaza. Prime Minister Netanyahu has far resisted demands from far-right ministers to impose direct military rule and re-establish settlements. With much of Gaza City in ruins, tens of thousands of displaced, and the UN preparing for a diplomatic challenge, Israel's campaign now faces a choice between further escalation and intensifying international calls for restraint. For now, the military says the operations will continue. We will continue following how this unfolds in the UN General Assembly elections, and will the Western allies move ahead with the recognition of the Palestinian statehood? Stay tuned to Moneycontrol for more global updates. See you in the next report.